Hello, everybody. I just wrapped up 3.5 days of training with Steve Anderson and half a day of shooting a match. It was a lot of shooting, a lot. Um, and then it did fine in the match, got fourth overall. Um, and then went back and trained for half a day after the match. So you can probably tell I'm very tired. I got a message on Instagram about dot occlusion. I just happened to have an occluded gun, my dry fire gun. You can see it's clear. Dot occlusion is covering the front of the lens so you can, I'll get it lined up correctly. Oh, there it is. You can still see the dot, but you can't see through the glass unless you rely on your non-dominant eye to superimpose the image of the target. So, dot occlusion for training, um, it's fine. I think people do it wrong, but I think it's fine. Um, I think one thing I've never heard anybody talk about, and maybe someone has, but if you're occluding in dry fire, a drill you should be doing is like transition and then leave the gun on the target and see how clear you can make the A zone, like with inside the window, even though you can't see through the window. So transition and be like, how target focused can you be? And then do a reload in another transition or just transition, or it doesn't like all of that. The thing that matters is when you get to a target, make it a point to make it very clearly visible through the window, even though the window is covered. Like I said, somebody else might be already talking about that. I don't know, but you heard it here. Um, I also always shoot matches occluded. My match guns have covers on the dots. And the reason for that is sometimes it's sunny, sometimes it's cloudy, sometimes it's this or that, and it's just easier to just leave the cover on it. Maybe I'm lazy, but it's like I don't want to like jack with the buttons and the brightness and all those things. It's like it just works. So as a training tool, it's fine. It's kind of a crutch, but I think it's fine. It has some value, especially if you kind of think about it a little bit differently, like do the drill that I talked about. And then as far as shooting matches, it's like maybe slightly more difficult on like leaning or unconventional positions. But I don't know. You look at the target with both eyes, point the gun at it. You can usually see the dot in the target just fine. So, yeah, that's my opinion.